गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Tell me something what I can speak on. I'm good at confusing everyone, so no problems. So, if there is something that you provide me as a trigger, I will start from there. Or
today I was listening to that yoga ratova, bhoga ratova. That's beautiful couplet. If you can start maybe with that one.
yoga ratova, bhoga ratova, sangha vihina, something like that.
Yeah.
Na ramate chittam yasya brahmani ramane ramate chittam.
Yeah. Bhaj Govindam, that was the first couplet.
ठीक है, वो भी बोलते हैं. एक मिनट मैं इसको खोल लेता हूँ फिर. I can't. भज गोविंदम.
Nandati Nandati, that one.
मूड यावद् वित्तो वावद् पवनो संग सत्संगत्वे सुखत क्रियते अर्थम अनर्थम काते कांता. You all know that verse? No? वही प्रॉब्लम है ना. I keep my mind empty, so I need a text in front of. पुनरपि जननम पुनरपि मरणम. योगरतो वा भोगरतो वा. But so we'll begin from this point, and that is that by nature we all find ourselves to be extrovert. From childhood, majority of us, if you look around, everyone is only looking outwards, everyone is looking for answers outside, everyone is looking for answers in the books, everyone is looking for answers in Mahatmas, everyone is looking for answers in the temple, everyone is looking for experiences, and that is their proof that I am on the spiritual path. In general, that is what it is, isn't it? But what do the Mahatmas say? If this is your pravritti means if this is your involvement, if this is how your disposition is, that any of this whole list that I just mentioned, and that is the way you assess that you are spiritually growing or spiritually oriented, you are going the wrong way. Because no amount of going outwards is going to give you a satisfying answer or a permanent experience or a permanent answer. Because whatever you get from outside, whatever experience you get from outside, it is only going to be temporary. It's not going to be a permanent one. This is the first assessment that a seeker must come to. First assessment. And when that assessment is accepted, even though with a pinch of salt, my God, I should not, if I'm studying scriptures, if I'm going to Mahatmas and I'm feeling fantastic, if I go to a temple, I get, very high vibration here, all this is waste. Yes, it is waste. Then what should I do? Then your verse comes. Yoga rato va, bhoga rato va, sanga rato va, sanga vihina. So when they say yoga rato va or rata means what? Ramna. Ramna, you understand? Hindi? No, he doesn't understand. Ramna means getting intoxicated, getting addicted, or finding joy in something which is more than ordinary joy. And suppose I heard that you enjoy cooking to the perfection, so you really get involved in it if you are doing it. So same way. So when we were going on Char Dham, I was totally involved in making sure that everything is everyone is catered to, everyone is taken care of. Even if they don't hear, I am so alert that I come to know what is going on everywhere. Nobody has to tell me. And somehow it used to happen. You trust. But where do you trust? So if I'm not going and asking everyone, Rashmi, how is that person? Pratna, how is that person? Then how is it? No, you trust that it will come to you. You maintain that space, and that's a higher awareness than asking and then coming to know, reading and then coming to know. Nothing wrong with all those things, but one must come to a subjective experience. So here when it says yoga ratova, bhoga ratova, if you are getting intoxicated in yoga, you are getting addicted to bhogas, it's similar. It's still an addiction. It's still an intoxication. Whether you are, I don't take drugs, I only smoke cigarette, gone. He told me when we were going around in the ashram and the Prashanti Nilayam, he said Baba used to sleep on the stone bed. I didn't know that. Looked so grand from outside. Inside stone bed. It didn't matter to him. Nothing for himself. See? But the quality of intoxication, whether it is for scriptures, whether it is for Gyan, whether it is for God's name, whether it is for tapasya, whether it is for whatever sadhana you are doing, it is an intoxication. It is external. You are trying to reach somewhere. You want to attain something. And as long as this idea that I have to attain something, I have to reach somewhere is there in your mind, we are going the wrong way. I'm going beyond Bhaj Govindam. I can't help it. Yeah? So here it says, or you get intoxicated about satsang also. Sanga ratova. Sangavina, or you get intoxicated, I am dispassionate towards everything. I am dispassionate towards yoga, I am dispassionate towards bhogas, I am dispassionate towards satsang also. Yoga ratova, bhoga ratova, sanga ratova, sangavihina, yasya brahmani ramate chittam. So, my mind, Adi Shankaracharya is telling his students, he says that no point doing all these things. If doing all this, what that is yoga, bhoga, satsang, etc., is not bringing you to this point. And what is that point? Yasya Brahmani, Yasya Brahmani. That Brahman, that infinite consciousness, that infinite reality, that one without a second, Ekameva Dvitiya. And where is that? Is it in a temple? Is it in a person? Is it in a scriptures? Scriptures themselves declare that after studying us, a point must come where you discard us. If that day is not coming, that moment is not coming in your life, you have wasted your life. You have wasted your life. Scriptures are saying that. Upanishads are saying that. So, till what is that point? Yasya Brahmani, until and unless if the yoga is not bringing you to a point where you are getting intoxicated by your own consciousness, by your own self, by your own atma. That means the atma chintan has got triggered inside. Now nobody can stop it. For example, a good example, when you are famished and you are feeling very hungry and you are in the car, you are driving for so long. Huh? Or when you are walking, for example, and sometimes it takes some time till you reach a cafe, or so your eyes are looking for a restaurant, your tongue is thinking of different tastes, your legs are walking faster, the whole being is going towards, isn't it? Like that, a person who's in love, sote, jagte, सांस लेते, dreaming, waking, imagining, he or she is only thinking of the beloved. Can't think about anything else. They forget the sleep, they forget their breakfast, lunch, dinner, they forget going to work also, or if they are at work, they're still thinking about every few minutes they have to call, or waiting for the SMS, or sending an SMS. What not people do in love. And that's love, that's intoxication. When we get caught from within, because that imagination or that form of that girl or that form of that boy has overpowered your heart and mind. Now you are good for nothing once that happens. Similarly, Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam, our chitta, our mind, when it has been overpowered by the thought of Atma Chintan or Brahma Chintan, or simply put, the Brahmatmaikya Bodh, that this Atma and Brahman are one and the same. And what is it? Until and unless this doesn't happen inside as a result of yoga, as a result of tapasya, as a result of Vedic chanting, as a result of pilgrimage, as a result of going to various temples, as a result of studying scriptures, as a result of studying, coming to satsangs, and here he doesn't stop there, and as a result of fully getting involved in the world. It must lead to that. So our Sanatan Dharma is not against living life, but that living life must be in such a you must have such a disposition that it reminds you of, it brings you back to the essence, it brings you back to the consciousness that you are. You are doing so much activities in Char Dham, or here also in the Prashanti Nilayam, so many activities are going on. But are people doing the activities for themselves? Are you doing the seva for yourself? Are you doing the cleaning for yourself? Are you doing cooking for yourself? In the Char Dham, are we walking for ourselves? Why do I have to go through all this hardship to walk 22 kilometers and then just look at the Kedarnath? You are so exhausted. You have to say, "Oh, it was so nice." क्या बोलेंगे? See, if the mind has not quietened as a result of all these activities that we were saying, we have lost the plot of life. And this option is there only for human beings, huh? This option is not there for gods. This option is not there for dogs. Any expression of creation in this Srishti, it does not have this option except the human being. Only we have that choice to make use of that choice. Whether you are an accountant, doctor, this, that, whatever, if it is not bringing you to this Yasya Brahmani Ramade Chittam, we are going the wrong way. We have to reassess where are we going wrong in our interaction. Normally, one experience we get, we want one more experience. Normally, we study one scripture, I want to study the next picture. If I read Bhaj Govindam, now I want to read Vivek Chudamani. Swamiji, please tell me after Vivek Chudamani, what should I read? Acha, you read Bhagavad Gita. No, Bhagavad Gita I have heard many times. Should I not read Upanishads? बदतमीज, पहले भगवद गीता पढ़ो, उपनिषद पहले पको, अपने पूरी तरह से पक जाओ, get matured, then you go to Upanishad, because Upanishad will destroy you completely. But you want to study Upanishad first. Why? Because you have heard that it is very, very powerful, it is very, very deep. So you think you are a deep person. Why? For whatever reasons, I will not, you can think of so many, isn't it? We all were guilty of this. So no. Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam Nandati Nandati Nandatyeva. नंद के आनंद भयो जय कन्हैया लाल की. तो ये नंद जो है ये आनंद है. आनंद, परमानंद, ब्रह्मानंद. What is this Anand? This Anand, what we are experiencing, this Anand is through something. He is enjoying the water every few sips. You are enjoying listening. It's coming from outside. It will end after some time. Whole life we have eaten nice food, but after 1 hour again we feel hungry, or 2 hours. Where does that Anand go? That means it was temporary. It was fleeting. But here we are talking about Nandati Nandati Nandat Eva. Alone. It is that Anand, that Paramananda, which once it comes, it will never go away. And how is that possible? Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. It is only possible when your mind is totally, fully involved, intoxicated by the thought of infinite reality, by the thought of pure consciousness, by the thought of atma, by the thought of Paramatma, whichever way you put it. Fully. Then only it will happen. You cannot make it happen. All you can do is, while listening here, are you listening to my words, or is your attention to what my words are indicating at this moment? Because what is the topic? Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. Our disposition must come to such a disposition that whatever we do in life, whether we do yoga, whether we do bhoga, whether we do satsang, whether we study scriptures, etc., etc., it must bring us to Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. Is it happening? If I'm walking on the road, going for a walk in the morning, is that walk bringing me back to Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam? If I'm experiencing pain, is it bringing me back to Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam? If I'm studying scriptures, is it bringing me back to Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam? If I'm eating, we talk, Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagnav Brahmanahutam. But have we ever thought what that verse says, that everything is that one consciousness, that one reality. That one alone is expressing as the food, that one alone is expressing as the hand, the one alone is the Jataragni, that one alone is the mouth. In other words, Brahman eating Brahman. But we have made that mantra, such a powerful mantra, into a तकिया कलाम को क्या बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं तकिया कलाम को a default setting before the food. we are connected to food. We are connected to food. But is food only that food? What else food is there? Huh? Say loudly.
What we see, other senses, taking to other senses.
Ah. So, whatever the colors and forms are food for the eyes, all the sounds are food for the ears, all the tastes are food for the tongue, all the smells are the food for the nose. This is continuously going on. And that which is the stimuli which are coming, they are also Brahman, the one who is. No. If there is an experiencer, you have lost the plot. No experiencing. So, all the stimuli are Brahman, all the instruments of knowledge are Brahman, and the subject is also nothing but Brahman. Brahman playing with himself. Water playing with itself is the reality. Exactly the same way. Reality playing with itself is the truth. You have to discover that in this life. This is the only window of opportunity you have been given with this physical body. Lage raho. Don't get into default setting in anything. Whether it is prayers, whether it is meditation, whether it is the walk that you take every day, never a default setting. Or if you are taking it as a discipline, I'm going to go this way. Okay, now your mind knows, one part of your mind knows, this is the way and this is the way I have to come back. Rest of the mind is free. It must go back to higher. It must go back to who is walking? Who is walking? Is the leg walking? Is it possible? Who is doing yoga? Who is doing bhog? Who is doing satsang? Satsang मतलब क्या है? Sang means company. Sat is truth. So, are you here for satsang, company with the truth? So where are you looking for truth? In a set environment, you will never find it. Are you searching for truth in the person who is representing the truth? You will never find it. You can find the truth only within yourself. The truth reveals itself from inside out. You cannot look for truth outside and then say, then I will realize it. Can never happen. No Mahatma till today worth his realization has ever experienced the truth from outside. Cannot, because outside is always changing. Inside is always constant. Make this as an exercise in your life. Every moment be aware what is constant and what is changing. The outside world is changing, the senses are changing, the thoughts are changing, the concepts are changing, but Atma is never changing. I feel I am still the same. Every day, waking, dream, deep sleep, come and go, but I still feel I am the same person. And I can talk about the waking, dream, deep sleep is coming and going, but I don't feel I have come and gone. That's the funny part. But we never talk about that one who has never come and gone. Everyone knows it, but never inquires into it. Never accepts that he or she is that real one who never changes. And how long does it take if you think about that unchanging or constant principle? Some yogis have said, because we are talking yoga ratava. So some yogis have said, if 3 seconds you can remain and fully 110% accept that you are the changing person, the mind remains, what was the word? Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. Ramna. Getting intoxicated in thinking about who is this constant. If he stays for 3 seconds, it's all over. 3 seconds is too long. It requires only one moment. We are giving you 3 seconds. It's all over. Then you lose your room in the ashram. Then you lose the job also. Ready for the bargain? Think.
You probably don't need it anymore.
You are saying that when that happens, if you are attached, yoga ratova, if you are attached to yoga, if you are attached to siddhis, if you are attached to the job, you are attached to your relatives, you are attached to your ambitions, you are attached to whatever you may, all that will come as an obstacle then at that time of merging. That merging meaning mind getting dissolved into its source. Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. So, gently, day in and day out, as we move around in our life, nothing needs to change. So, here Shankaracharya is saying, don't do yoga, don't do bhoga. Or when you are involved in yoga, or if you are involved in bhoga, or you are involved in satsang, or you are involved in dispassion towards all these three. If all this dispassion or involvement, because that's your life, involvement and withdrawal. This is the flux that is going on. Every morning you get up, you are involved in the world. Every night you will withdraw from the world. Look at your eyes. When they are open, they are involved in the world. The moment you blink, they are withdrawn from the world. Same thing with your ear. All the senses, your breath, your mind, your intellect, everything is like that. Involvement and withdrawal. We don't have to fight anything. We don't have to argue, discuss, or insist or desire anything. Let everything unfold the way it is meant to unfold. You be attentive of what the goal is. Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. And if you believe, if your goal is Brahman, or if your mind is intoxicated by Brahman, and suddenly, oh, I have been thinking about Brahman for so long, nothing is happening, gone. I am thinking about the Brahman for so long, or Atma for so long, and I am not getting any experiences. Gone. No experience is the best experience. Because once any experience comes, then we are looking forward for the next one. It becomes another. Again, every experience, miracle comes, goes. Another comes, another goes. Again it goes away. Again third one will come, fourth will, then you will wait for the fourth one. And then you keep waiting. Nothing happens after that. Then whole life, we are only remembering the 3-4 miracles that happened in our life. Directly, we were recipients of that. And that is our talk. That is our contemplation. That is our, we are only living at the memory level. We have not converted that miracle and seen or never inquired into it that what actually happened. Baba says it. Every Mahatma says it. You have all heard, I am not going to say anything new. Baba says, I don't heal anyone. It all depends upon the person with what disposition that fellow comes to me. And healing happens. Mom doesn't feed the child cries, mom feeds. He's not afraid of the world because he's holding mummy's sari. He knows I'm protected. Mummy is not protecting anything. She's just doing around what she has to do. So what is your angle of approach to the divinity? What is your approach? Are you seeking, or I'm not going to repeat the same thing, experience. So we must go, like we were talking in the car, we must go to the principle. We must go to the essence. We must go to the constant. Everything is coming and going in this creation. And whenever you think about this creation, think in a way that encompasses everything. So gravity is not working for me only because I'm sitting here. It's working for everyone. Earth is not working for me only. It is providing the base for the whole creation to walk, isn't it? Air is not working only in my lungs. It is working, these are general principles. Sun is not working only for me. It is working for everyone. But if I don't open the window to let the sun in, is it the fault of the sun? If I don't become available to Yasya Brahmani, if I don't become available to the atma, the consciousness, the constant principle that I actually am, can someone make me get there? Can someone push me there? Yes, people can push. I came across a person many years ago in Haridwar. I was staying in an ashram for two days, and I was sitting tea, it's nice sunshine, winter time, and I was on the bench when Mahatma came and sat, young fellow, younger than me, came and sat next to me. He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Yeah, it's a घिसा-पिटा question hai. I'm not going to answer." And then when I didn't answer, what will he do? He started telling his life. I was a young boy and I only wanted Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And I was looking for a guru who can give me Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Every Mahatma, like you wanted to ask me question, what is karma? He wanted to know what is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Every Mahatma, can you give me Nirvikalpa? Can you give me Nirvikalpa? If you can't give that, can you give me Nirvikalpa Samadhi? And one person he met one day, he said, "Yes, I can give. But you have to come with me. Leave everything." "Yes, I am coming." He took him to Tibet. Serious. He is telling me the story. He took him to Tibet, went into his cave. And he says, "Okay, now what did you say you want?" Nirvikalpa. He put his hand on his head. For 6 years he was in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. 6 years. And one day after 6 years, now he didn't go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi by his contemplation. It was induced. It was like a magnet. Iron filing gets the magnetic power just by being in the vicinity of a magnet, isn't it? If you rub, the other one also starts getting the magnetic properties. So he touched him, he willed it, he went into Samadhi. When his will started becoming weak because he was dying, who? The Mahatma. This fellow started coming out of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And one day he fully came out and he saw his master was gone. Because will was not working. And from that day, he met me after 10 years or 11 years, he had left that cave. He has been searching, how can I get into Nirvikalpa Samadhi? This is how we are wasting time. Going from guru to guru, going from scripture to scripture, going from yoga ratova, bhoga ratova, sangha ratova, sangha vihina. Continuously getting involved in something and after some time withdrawing from something. Sometimes this mantra doesn't work for me, sometimes that mantra doesn't work for me, sometimes this area doesn't work for me, sometimes that area doesn't work for me. I'll go to Himalayas. One of my classmates, I told you about this. He said, he came to Anubhavananji. He said, Swamiji, I want to go to Himalayas and live in the cave. It's a prabal ichha hai. I am feeling such a great desire to go in. He says, okay, after lunch we'll talk. After lunch, he said, Acha, let's see, there is a cave near Lonavala. So I know the priest there. They will get the cave all prepared. We'll do a trial run here and we'll see if you are cut out for it. And you have a feel for what it is. And then you go to Himalayas. He also, Swamiji is saying, very good. So one day, Swamiji said, all this is ready, the cave is ready, you come. Band baja ke saath aaya, all his devotees from some place, they came and our Swamiji is, because wherever you live, people become, they start looking up to you, they get so much from you. So they also, our Swamiji is going to cave and band baja, Swamiji, we want to come and aye sab ke sab. Swamiji, with great pomp and show, he went into the temple. From the temple, they went to the cave. Wow, Swamiji is going to stay here. Swamiji, we could never do it. Only you can do it. ठीक है. And then after 6:30 p.m., there in the hills, it gets dark very quickly after sunset in Lonavala. So after 6:30, the temple was closed, lights were off, gate was locked from inside, and our Mahatma ji, my classmate, a few years elder than me, sat down and सब कुछ खत्म हो गया, कुछ light नहीं, and from the top you can see the whole jungle and other mountains, and all this type of sound started coming. Somewhere the wolf is howling, somewhere the snake is hissing, somewhere you can imagine how many sounds are coming, and he is alone there. Then the thoughts are coming to his mind. Is this a cave actually for the ashram, or maybe our priest never comes and stays here? He has only cleaned it. What if a bhalu comes here? What will I do? What if a snake? This is the place of a snake, and from inside the cave the snake comes out. Then what will I do? What if a panther comes? There are leopards there. What if a leopard comes here? What will I do? And while he was thinking of all this, suddenly few mosquitoes bit him. All thoughts of all animals went. And he was only thinking of mosquitoes. After 15, half an hour, 3 hours he was there. By the end of 3 hours, the mosquitoes had bitten him everywhere. And he called to the priest. He said, please come and save me from this place. So he went back to Swamiji. Swamiji, ऐसे हो गया, mosquitoes, this, that, it is very unclean, this, that. So Himalaya में क्या mosquitoes नहीं है? वहाँ पे भी mosquitoes है. So Swamiji, what should I do if this? So Swamiji said, go to your room and outside the door you put a plaque, cave. And go sit inside in your bed, man, with the AC on. You are cut out for that only, not anything else. So this is what desire does. This is what somewhere we get, someone's life we have read and we get inspired. Some text we read and we want to do that. We want to have an experience. That is not the way, my dears. You are the experience unto yourself. You are the experience unto yourself. Take an example. You can see the whole world. You can experience the whole world. You can experience your body. You can experience your senses. You can experience your emotions. You can experience your concepts also. These are my convictions, isn't it? So everything that what I have just narrated is an objective experience, isn't it? But there is someone who knows all this. Can you know that objectively? Can you know that fellow objectively? Can you? You have to accept. Oh, but it is so difficult. अरे क्या बेवकूफ बनाते हो? Difficult. Have you ever seen vision? You are continuously seeing. You are continuously illuminating the colors and forms. So the whole world is coming. But have you ever seen your own eyes? But you accept them, no? Have you ever seen air? But you accept it. Have you ever seen your own mind? You have experienced thoughts. I don't say no. But have you experienced the mind? Mind is that place where thoughts come and go. And you talk very freely. My mind is happy right now, mind happy. That happiness is a thought. That sadness is a thought. That hunger is a thought. Waking is a thought. Dream is a thought. Deep sleep is a thought. Past is a thought. Future is a thought. Where are all these thoughts coming? In the mind. Have you seen mind? But you accept, isn't it? So everything in your... Have you experienced space? What is space? At a very gross level. It is nothingness, emptiness. And you say, I have seen. Don't tell lies. You have seen only objects. Between two objects, there is no object, so that you call space, that you call emptiness. But you have not experienced emptiness. But you accept it, isn't it? Exactly the same way you have never experienced mind, but you accept it. Why don't you accept the Atma? If you have this so much data in your life where you have no experience and yet you are accepting it, why don't you accept the Atma also? जो इन सबका बाप है. ठीक है ना? देखो, सोचो जरा. We have to think correctly. We have to think in such a way. This year's message I gave, I was in the Sharanya hospital undergoing. So one Westerner came. He met me last year. I forgot. मैं तो क्या याद रखना किसी को. So he says he's from Netherlands. So he says, "Hey, Swami Parma." We didn't remember. I said Paramananda. He said, "How come you know me? You have got some powers?" He said, "No, I met you last year." So he said, "Okay." Then we were talking, and as we were talking, his question answers began. He says, "How do you become body disidentified? How do you become body disidentified?" We क्या बोलेंगे इसके लिए? You cannot become body disidentified. Then what do you become? See, this example I gave during the talks, if you have forgotten, I'm happy. What is this? This is a
tablecloth.
okay. This is a tablecloth. This is a tablecloth. Are you the table? Am I the tablecloth? So first, this is a tablecloth. This is a tablecloth. I know this is a tablecloth. This is the second conclusion that comes in my life when I interact with it. And the third is, भूल गए ना? Thank God. I am not the tablecloth. What is this? Table. I know.
This is table.
I am not.
Table.
This is a wall.
Yes.
This is a wall. I know.
I'm not the wall.
I no, you jumped.
No, I know this is the wall.
I know this is a wall. I am not
The wall.
wall. This is a
Plant.
plant. I know this is a.
Plant.
I am not the.
Plant.
This is a
Me.
body.
Body.
This is a body. I know
This is the body. This is the body.
I am not.
Body. Sixer.
Sixer. तो फिर पड़ेगा. Sixer क्या है? The sequence is going. So you can never be the body, but you are imagining and living in this imagination that I am the body. There is no data to support it in your life. No data. I just showed you. ये गड़बड़ हो गई. Huh? There is no data. It's only identification. But we just saw with the whole world I am not having any identification. If I sit down, think coolly, this is the data. Everything is, I know everything is, I am not that. And when we come to the body, suddenly the rule changes. This is a body, I know this is a body. It's not then. The third should be I am not the body. But what do we say? I am the body. And the drama begins. And the drama begins. लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई फिर उसके बाद आफ्टर दैट व्हाट हैपेंस योग करना है, सत्संग जाना है, स्क्रिप्चर्स पढ़ना, आई हैव टू स्टडी स्क्रिप्चर्स, आई हैव टू गो टू पिलग्रिमेज, आई हैव टू डू मेडिटेशन, आई हैव टू डू समाधि अभ्यास.
स्वामी जी एक डाउट.
हाँ बोलो.
आप बता रहे हैं ये सब जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, जब आप जान जाएंगे आप ही
बिल्कुल,
आत्मा हैं.
एब्सोल्युटली.
जब इतना आसान है आत्मा को जानना, तो फिर लोगों को क्यों इतना कष्ट होता है, क्यों ये सब करते हैं बोलिए?
मैं इस क्वेश्चन, आई विल नॉट आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन बिकॉज यू आर आस्किंग इट इन जनरल. यू हैव टू आस्क समथिंग दैट इज पर्टेनिंग.
जनरल ही सबके लिए ही पूछ रही हूँ.
फिर यू आर गोइंग द रॉन्ग वे. If your attention is on everyone, you can never be. Wait. If you are thinking of everyone, you will never find an answer. And when you are thinking about the Atma, answer how to help everyone will automatically come. Baba did not help everyone when he was young in that sense. He kept working on himself. Or that it kept manifesting more and more. We should say that.
मेरे लिए ही बताइए.
हाँ.
जब इतना आसान है मुझको मेरे बारे में जानने के लिए, मेरे बारे में मैं जानती हूँ, तो मैं क्यों करती हूँ ये कर्म सब? जब मैं अपने को जान चुकी हूँ,
हाँ.
तो क्यों करती हूँ?
आदत से मजबूर हो,
नहीं.
या डिफॉल्ट सेटिंग है,
नहीं.
या फिर अभी भी अंदर कुछ बाकी है कि मेरे को कुछ भला करना है दुनिया
नहीं,
में.
जब तक ये बॉडी है हमको तो करना ही है ना.
हो, दैट इज वेरी रॉन्ग.
हम नहीं जा सकते ना कहीं जाके केव में थोड़ी ना बैठ सकते हैं सब.
नहीं, बट हमको कुछ करना है, ये सबसे बड़ा क्या बोलते हैं इसको, वायरस है. दिस इज नॉट डेल्यूजन, वायरस. सब कुछ वो कर रहा है.
हाँ, वो तो है.
नहीं, अभी आप
क्या करेगी? बॉडी क्या करेगी?
अपने आप चल रही है. पैदा अपने आप हुई थी क्या बॉडी?
बॉडी को सरेंडर कर दिया तो वही करवा रहे हैं.
तो एवरीथिंग, तो सांस अपने आप चल रही है, बॉडी अपने आप ओल्ड हो रही है, चल रही है, जो कुछ कर रही है, आंखें अपने आप ब्लिंक कर रही हैं, भूख अपने आप लग रही है, पेट अपने आप भर रहा है जब खाना खा लेते हैं, तो नींद अपने आप आ रही है, सपना अपने आप आ रहा है, सुबह अपने आप जाग जाते हैं, वी वेक अप. एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग. Recognizing that everything is happening and not taking the ownership is the answer to your question.
Surrender.
Nobody has ever till today been able to surrender. Nobody has been able to surrender. When surrender happens, you as an individual are no longer. These questions cannot come to your mind. So our goal must not be that I have to surrender. No, I want to merge. I want to lose all identity about myself.
वो इतना आसान है जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं.
बिल्कुल. Because your nature is that. ये आइडिया कि मेरे को इनिशियली यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग कि मेरे को मर्ज करना है. इनिशियल. बट ये
को देखना है.
ब्रह्मन और फॉरगेट.
ब्रह्मन में जाना है या ब्रह्मन में
जा नहीं सकते.
ब्रह्मन है.
हाँ, ब्रह्मन तो है,
करना है.
अनुभव नहीं कर सकते. क्यों? क्योंकि आप ही ब्रह्मन हो. यू योरसेल्फ आर दैट विच यू आर सीकिंग. A wave is trying to seek the infinite waters. it looks into itself. Oh my God, everywhere water. Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. So the mind of the wave went away from its form and it looked into itself. It doesn't merge into the ocean. It recognizes without a thought that it is water. And it becomes infinite at that instant. And after being infinite, the waveform continues, but not for the one who has gone beyond the form. Then that person starts looking at everything from the water point of view or from ocean point of view. So that's what all Mahatmas do. They look at not from individual point of view. If you read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna is not telling Arjuna the Bhagavad Gita from individual point of view. As an individual, he could never have given the entire format of Bhagavad Gita. He took the position of Ishvara. And from there, he saw what will benefit this fellow. Arjuna asked him one question. Please tell me what is for my highest good. Nishreyas shadhi mamtam prapannam. You know that verse? Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. Nishreyas yad nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhi mamtam prapannam. Isn't it? Karpanya dosho pahata, I don't know what is right and wrong anymore. First, we have to come to this conclusion that I don't have concrete answers about life.
नहीं आप बोल रहे हैं ब्रह्मन को जस्ट समझो दैट यू आर नॉट द बॉडी तो उसके लिए क्यों तपस कैलाश
वही तो इन्होंने वर्ष पूछा ना
वो सब क्यों
शुरुआत में करो
बट जब आप जानते हो कि आपके अंदर है
फिर उसके बाद आप करोगे इफ इट इज हैपनिंग एज अ लाइट टू द सोसाइटी. जैसे शंकराचार्य हैं, he used to do puja. You go to Sringeri, he is a realized master, Brahmendra Saraswati, but he still every day morning and evening he will do the puja of the Chandramaulishwara. Why? He says, I don't need to do it, but this is the parampara, I am locked into it, I have to continue doing it. But there were other Shankaracharyas who were brought from the society, put on the position, like for example, have you heard of Swami Rama? Himalayan masters, correct. So when he was young, they found that this is a great child who can become a great Shankara. They brought him to, I think it was Kanchi. And not Kanchi, one of the smaller Shankaracharya Peeth. So they brought him and put him there. 2 days later, he felt very, very constricted. He ran away from there. They went after him from the railway station. They caught him and put it back in the seat. And he has to sit on that on the throne and everything. And all the time security now, they don't allow him to go out anywhere. If someone is watching him eating, someone is watching him going to bathroom, that he does not escape.
He was miserable.
But he could not live in that constricted environment. And he found a way. And he ran. And he ran. He didn't stop at the railway station. He kept running. Kept America, he went to Himalayas. He kept running. So that is another type of people. Why they are doing like that? Why other people are doing that? No. What is true to me? What is true to me? What is happening within me at this moment? Where am I stuck? If Shankaracharya ji is saying involvement in yoga, satsang and bhogas or withdrawal from them, if involvement and withdrawal both, if it is not leading you to self-intoxication, self meaning the atmic intoxication, then everything is a waste. Involvement is a waste, withdrawal is a waste. Getting the point? So, we are not stopping, don't do this, don't do that. Do anywhere, however it is expressing out of your life. But our attention must be on the atmic principle. Our attention must be on the Atmic principle.
So, Swami, it doesn't matter whether you are on the path of karma or whether in the
Does
path
not
of
matter.
bhakti
No.
or
No, Brahmendra Saraswati at Shankaracharya of Sringeri or the old pontiff of Kanchipuram, both were realized masters, but they have to do whatever they have got. And they didn't fight it. This is where I am placed by the Lord. I will continue doing it. If He takes me out of it, I don't have a desire to do it. But that does not mean, see, we want to do what I like. Masters do what is required to be done.
That's a great distinction.
So when children come to me when they say, Swamiji, I don't like this job, no, you start enjoying the job. Because how many jobs you will keep changing? Because I don't like this, I'm not making an impact here, I'm not making an impact there. And that's how our thing is. I'm not having an experience here, I'm not having an experience there, so you keep moving around. So if I feel that now this is the situation, I have to give a talk, and if I say, no, I don't want to give a talk, why did you call me? Why did we bring you here? What has to be done has to be done. So do I want to go to Char Dham? No. Do I want to go to Kailash? No. In withdrawal. But when people say, I am free, okay, let's go. Involvement. But both, when I am not going or I am going, do I lose the plot? That not losing the plot is possible when you are not wanting to get involved, nor you are wanting to withdraw. Who is wanting to get involved and withdraw? The mind. But not ego, the mind. That is the nature of the mind. Waking and dream is involvement, deep sleep is withdrawal. And this is happening from micro to macro, this is all going on. Even gods are, Brahmaji and Vishnuji are involving, and Shivji is withdrawing from everything. Both is going on. That is what nature is. But am I the nature? Or am I the constant one? Nature is change. Atma's nature is nandati nandatyeva. Eva means alone. Its nature is only ananda. And ananda is Paramananda. See? So in this way, you keep bringing yourself again and again. So here, we have just taken one verse. I could have taken others also. But with this one verse, we have to recognize only one thing. Involvement and withdrawal is the nature of the mind, and someone is knowing that the mind is getting involved and withdrawing. Correct? You be that one, the constant one. And the more we be that constant one, whatever the infinite Lord wants this equipment to be used for, He will get used. Then someone asked Ramana Maharishi, Mahatma Gandhi is leading us, freedom struggle. He says, Ramana Maharishi said, I am also leading freedom struggle. But we don't see you going anywhere. He is mobilizing millions of people and to make the country free. He said, I am also mobilizing people to become free. He is making the country free, I am making them free from the I.
Uncle, you should also tell that story, na?
I am mobilizing them to free from the I. Free of I, not from, of I.
Yeah.
So, perspective. Here this verse is giving you the perspective that if you want the joy, if you want the ananda, everyone wants to be happy. That happiness is only possible for him who is revelling. The word is revelling, Ramati. Revelling in Brahman or Atma. And who is revelling in Brahman or Atma? For that, one must not get caught up in involvement in yoga, bhoga or satsang or withdrawal. That is the nature of the mind. It will happen. You cannot stop that.
But it's so happening that Ramana was sitting quietly,
Huh.
himself foreigner king, and Bhatyamanta. So everybody was closing eyes and then they were sitting fighting. So looking at everybody is young and everybody is able and hearty. थोड़ी देर के बाद वो गया और रामना के सामने खड़ा हुआ, उसको डांटा।
रमन महर्षि को डांटा. हाँ.
बोला आपको थोड़ा बहुत शर्म नहीं है?
All these youngsters.
So much of work and work days by making these fellows sit in front of you doing nothing, and you also doing nothing.
Nothing.
तो ये क्या माहौल है भाई? You know, get up and do something. करके वो चला गया. तो हमारे मन से कुछ भी नहीं बोले. बहुत देर तक कुछ नहीं बोले. फिर उसके बाद बोले, he thinks keeping quiet is easy. बहुत मुश्किल है.
Correct.
बहुत मुश्किल है. We are jittery self.
Because अंदर खुजली बहुत है ना. खुजली बहुत है कुछ करने की. You are asking me something?
Swami, the self is so powerful. How come it is not overpowering the mind?
Maya is equally powerful.
Great.
Maya is equally. And we have chosen, by choice, we are allowing ourselves to be influenced.
Do we have free will?
Yeah.
How much is free will, Swami?
Wait.
How much is free will? How much is God's will?
Initially, if you are asking this question, there is free will. Till you come to realize there is only God's will. The one who is fully trusting the God's will never ask this question.
No free will.
आपका खुद का तो कुछ भी नहीं है.
You are saying something, sir?
I think only from the view of God there is a free will. From our place there is no free will.
But people think that way, no? I will eat this, I will not eat that.
Because once in the interview, the student asked Baba, "Do you have free will?" And Baba asked him to move his hand and his arm. Can he ask him? He did it. Third time he asked, he couldn't do. He said, "Do you have a free will?" All he granted. And this is the concept. I did a lot of meditation, a lot of other things. And Baba came and preached to me and said, "Don't meditate. In that time, I'm only doing what comes. I'm ready anytime
Exactly.
to any seva.
This is growth.
I'm not going to any holy place. I'm not going to any cave, any temple, anything. If anybody invites me for something, I will first go in there and ask, shall I go there? Is there any sense out of it for all? And I'm doing it. In the long run, Baba asked me all kind of things. In my last interview, and he asked me, where do you come from, where? All this, I gave different answers. Last time I was prepared to tell him, Baba, I'm first from you and second from Austria. He asked me last time, he interrupted me and said, now you are from Swami. After a long time asking.
You come to the correct answer.
I'm not reading books or anything. What you told is just coming to me and I'm doing it.
Correct. And that
I'm
is,
ready also to change it at any time.
yes, and you are not changing, he is changing. Correct.
This body
Ah.
has 24 hours pay. This body,
Yeah,
24 hours.
yeah.
This mind is 24 hours running after everything.
Involvement or withdrawal.
But the reality is like the seed and the head over it.
Yeah,
That is
Correct.
And that is Baba's grace. That is the grace of
correct.
God, what I have.
So that which is the essence, so what you gave the example, no, sea and the head above it, our scriptures say it, the sea, the ocean and the waves. Ocean is Shanta Nandati Eva, and the waves which is only 3-4 meters on the top of the ocean. Ocean is so deep, and only the top part is all action happening, and we are identified with that action. But that is the nature of ocean. Accept. So we are choosing to be only that top part and forgetting the rest of it. Be the rest of it. Then you will enjoy the top part also. Right now, our attention is only on the top part, which is our mind, and we are buffeted. अभी ये करूँ, वो करूँ, ऐसे करूँ, वैसे करूँ, involve करूँ, withdraw करूँ. So with that, योगरतो वा भोगरतो वा संगरतो वा संगविहीना यस्य ब्रह्मणि रमते चित्तम नंदति नंदति नंदत येव. We'll conclude. They are all preparing food.
No, Swami ji, actually, जो आश्रम में रहते हैं ना, वो बंद हो जाता है gates.
Oh,
So they have to eat and go.
you should have told me before.
But we can
But
continue.
it's time. No, it's time. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. बोलो साई राम भगवान की जय.
Ashramites, please attack the food.